dude, this sucks. Welcome to the Penguins Collective podcast. My name is Louie.
My name is Josh.
Oh, and we're two brothers who love to talk about hockey.
Especially the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Oh, what a rough one this was. The Pittsburgh Penguins fall to the Florida Panthers 3-1. There's a silver lining, though. We celebrated a mutual adversary? A mutual... No, not adversary.
Comrade.
A mutual comrade. A mutual guy that did exactly what that team needed to do. Some would say a guy that both teams currently need. Patrick Hornqvist, the guy who single-handedly won Game 7. Really loud. I got a note from Josh. Really loud. Coming in hot. A guy that single-handedly won the Stanley Cup for the Pittsburgh Penguins in 2017. It was nice. That was the highlight of the night. Celebrating Patrick Hornqvist. But we'll get into the game. Guys, welcome to the Penguins Collective. Welcome to the chat on YouTube and Twitch. I see the chat is already rolling, which I love to see that. Welcome, NES. Welcome, Angry Boot, to the chat. I love NES starting to chat. It's hard to just kind of come in and read all this crap. Someone said had to pour a double whiskey after that one. Dude, how have you not been absolutely hammered after the last couple games? Let me know that one. Yeah, we'll get all into this. Oh man.
Wait, can you wait? I can't throw him up. Throw up Angry Boots' newest comment.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Angry Boot says, "At least I get to be here for once. Usually listen at work." Well,
Appreciate you.
I appreciate you, man. You know who I don't appreciate? Todd Reardon, dude. He sucks. All right, let's talk about this game, Josh. The Pittsburgh Penguins and the Florida Panthers celebrate Patrick Hornqvist. That's great. I don't know what to talk about Patrick Hornqvist other than he's exactly what the Pittsburgh Penguins need right now.
Yeah, and he was exactly what they needed during his time with the Penguins. It's also weird because he's the type of player where it's like he has 2 Stanley Cups, but is he a Hall of Famer? It's like how do you celebrate someone like that? We appreciate what you did. We appreciate your contribution to the team.
Exactly how they did it.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks so much for what you did. Have a good one. It wasn't.
It's different though for Florida. I think Florida did it because he's on their
he was on their
staff.
team and on their staff. And I think what a class act by Florida to say, hey, when Pittsburgh comes into town, let's do it there because he won 2 cups there. And, let's make it obviously a nice little reunion. I think that was super classy from the Florida Panthers. And then that's pretty much when the fun times ended for the Pittsburgh Penguins. I don't want to talk too much about Patrick Hornqvist. He was great. And we're trying to keep this episode a little quicker. All right? A little quicker, a little more efficient, unlike the Penguins power play. You like that one, Josh? You like that one?
Throw out the zingers. By the way, everyone who's watching, I'm struggling. I got pink eye. So
yeah, what is that? What's going on there?
Blame kids. They say have kids. Kids are the best. You'll love them. And I love my kids. I love my kids to death. But every time they get sick, they get me sick. Noah came home from school with daycare. With pink eye yesterday.
Yeah, he came home with daycare. He just came home with the whole daycare.
Whole daycare.
Which is why you got pink eye.
Came home from kindergarten yesterday. He had pink eye. And I'm like, oh, man, that sucks. Let's hope that doesn't spread. Sure enough, I wake up completely shut.
Did you go into work today?
No, couldn't. I couldn't see out of the one eye for most of the morning.
Is pink eye contagious?
Yeah. Very.
I'm struggling with my mic right now. Everyone
Yeah,
just
it's
calm
okay.
down.
It's a rough sound.
It sounds like I'm killing a duck off screen, but it's just my mic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think NES says, I don't know if he's responding to us or Angry Boo. Angry Boo says, is it ironic that they retired the player that we need most right now? I saw a funny tweet. The pregame, Little in the locker room for the Penguins, Horny came in and they kind of shook hands and everything. It was really nice. And Mike Sullivan handed Patrick Hornquist a a paid vacation, like as a thanks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a really nice
I
moment.
missed that. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, it was pregame. It was like cameras weren't on. It was just like the Penguins media person with their iPhone, and it was really nice. And somebody said, instead of that, why don't we give him a 1-year contract? He first of all, he clearly can't play. He retired due to medical reasons, not just of age. People don't really know that. So he got hurt, and then the doctor was like, "Yeah, you should probably stop playing." And he was like, "Okay, I'll stop playing." He could have kept on going.
Yeah.
I think so. He still looks in great shape. So, unfortunately, yeah, we do need that guy. But hey, we called up a few rookies. Three of them. We sent down Alex Nylander today. We sent down who's the other guy, Josh? Come on.
Yeah, number 15. What's his name?
Koppanen. Thank you.
Koppanen.
Koppanen and Nylander we sent down. We brought up Puustinen, brought up Gruden, and we brought up Johnston. No, it's not Johnson. It's like John Stone.
John Stone.
And it was his first NHL game. He's 27 years old, looking like a rock star out there.
Yeah.
And I love the little video they played of him before he went out on the ice. You could literally see he was so giddy. And it's just, that's the moment where you're like, oh, that's cool, dude. Like, I'm glad you got that, because I think it was Gruden or someone else was like, let's go, dude. Like, because they all knew they played in an NHL game before, not Johnstone. So they were like, hey, dude, let's go. And he just looked out of the tunnel and said, this is so cool. And I'm just like, oh,
sweet.
Hey, that's what it's all about, So love to see that.
It's all a direct shot at Wilkes-Barre, though.
What? Why?
It's because it's like you don't get the type of crowd.
Nothing.
You don't get the type of crowd that you do.
Oh
NHL,
no, I know, but like it's no matter if he played in a big market in the AHL, it's still the NHL. This is his first game in the NHL. He loves Sidney Crosby. He played on a couple times while he was on the ice. Like that's something you take away, and that's awesome. I'm glad that John Stone got to experience that. Sadly, he experienced the worst time to come up. So I guess it's a double-edged sword there. John Stone came up, and they all played. I think they played relatively well.
Yeah, all the guys, even Vinny Hinostroza.
Vinny Hinostroza played
Thank
well.
God he's back in the lineup.
They flirted with him on the first line. We saw Crosby, Gensel, Hinostroza for like a quick second. I like the way Hinostroza played with them because he kind of took the physical element, similar to how Patrick Hornquist did, and allowed Gensel and Crosby to kind of play. Really loved to see that. Really liked it. And then who else? There was something else that went. Nieto got put on
IR.
Yeah. So he's going to be out for a bit. So here's leading that context. Let's go into the game, shall we? First period, Penguins came out fast. Penguins started shooting. Totally different team. Saw a couple tweets, and with that, Josh, our seg. First seg.
Get it.
Which is the temperature of the Penguins Twitterverse, all right? We need a better name, so if you come up with a better name than that, please put it in the comments right now. I know we got some people in the chat. I need some good creativity right now.
Pens X Room.
That sounds just downright dirty, Josh. Let's not do that. I need better names than that. So I'm glad Josh isn't coming up with anything. But we go over the kind of the temperature of the Twitter on Penguins. There's a lot of people that tweet about the Penguins. There's people that write articles. There's people that are just media people. There are people who are just stooges who have podcasts like us. And we just tweet out, and a lot of people retweet. There's a lot of followers that are just based on Penguins Twitter. There's a Penguins Jesus, which comes to mind. He doesn't have podcasts. He doesn't write articles. He doesn't do anything. He literally just tweets. And people follow him and people retweet it. People like him. All right. So these are the people that we kind of follow, and we kind of listen to the temperature. Is it hot? Is it cold? How are they reacting? And that's what this whole segment is. That was a long intro, but in case you're new here, just wanted to lay the land, you know? So going through Twitter, a lot of people liked the first period. A lot of people would take that first period team and said 10 times better than the last game we played. That was absolutely atrocious against Tampa Bay Lightning. Atrocious. I'll take this team. This team is 10 times better. And they were. Also, second period was good. I'll get back to it really quick.
Yep.
Second period, better. Allowed the Florida Panthers to be in the zone a lot. So 0-0 at the end of the first. We get a goal, Smith. We feel good, right? They tie it right up later in the second. 1-1 going into the third. Yeah. And then poopity poop scoops. They come back and they get 2-1. Then they score the empty netter. Blah. Once again, our power play sucks. Here's the temperature on Twitter. Everyone wants Mike Sullivan gone.
Yeah. Oh, that's how it was.
No.
After Tampa.
I have never seen it. NES, we're not going to call it that. I love you. Twitwits. Terrible Seg's name. It's there's a lot of jokes that could be said with that sentence, but not doing Twitwits. I feel like if I acknowledge it more, then it will become the segment name, and I don't want to do that. So keep on trying, NES. Anyone else? Bring him in. But anyway, everyone wants Mike Sullivan gone. And I think we kind of officially hit the panic button last game against Tampa Bay. I think that's fair to kind of be in that space of, are we done? Are we making the playoffs? Is this the final roster? Is Kyle Dubas going to be doing anything? Are we going to fire the coaches? I think that was officially last game against Tampa Bay. This game, we played better, but the same problems arose. Our power play is 0 for 36, okay? I saw an interesting tweet. Speaking of this segment that's slowly going out, we saw a tweet that said the last time we scored a power play goal was November 11th. Okay. Yep. Our next game is December 12th. So we will be experiencing a full calendar month until the Penguins score a power play. That's bad. Okay. Once again, we have 4 guys that are guaranteed Hall of Famers on that power play. Can't do it. Mike Sullivan later in the game pulls Tristan Jarry with 2 minutes left to go in the game while we have a power play. This should be easy.
6 on 4.
It's a 6 on 4. May I need to repeat, 4 Hall of Famers on the ice. Can't get it done. Now, I will say, I'll give a little defense here. They looked better on that power play. Malkin wasn't trying to do some cute stuff. He got the puck. He got it out quick. He was passing, which is great. There comes a time where you need to start shooting the puck rapid fire on him. And here is where it's very poetic that we celebrated Patrick Hornquist today, and we didn't have a guy in front of the net that entire time on a 6 on 4. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I just want to throw this up. I love when people join the chat. William, we rock. That was terrible, Josh. William,
I'm not even gonna
we
try.
we rock? No, that's not it. Hey, what's up, Will? Will comes and says, "Dang, been listening to y'all at work. This power play is rough. I just got my girlfriend into hockey last year, and I hate that she's only got to see the Pens not do so good." Dude, I feel ya.
That's
I feel
unfortunate.
ya. My wife isn't the biggest hockey fan, but as she starts to get more involved in the podcast, she wants to watch more. And she's watching, and she goes, "Oh, are they not supposed to do that?" And I'm like, "No, they're not. They're supposed to do a little bit better." And she goes, "Isn't he supposed to be like the best hockey player?" I was like, "Get out of the room." Like
Keep
it's
his mouth.
stuff.
Keep
Yeah,
his name out of your mouth.
Keep his name. Keep Sidney Crosby's name out your mouth. No, I mean, dude, I get it. Well, it's rough right now, especially if you want to try to convince people that the Penguins are still relevant. As of right now, game 26. Are we at 26 right now, Josh?
I don't know. I think we're off one.
We're not off. We're
Sure?
game 26. Josh, we're a high-end podcast. We would not be off right now.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure it's game 26. It's kind of coming at that time where you have to do something. Now, Josh, I've been talking a lot here for, I don't know.
20 minutes.
No. Calm down. We have a 3-minute counter, so 17. Let me ask you, what are we doing? How are we doing this? What are we doing? If you're Kyle Dubas, what's your next step?
I don't know. Like, I feel like you're at the point where it's just like, I don't know what to do, so I'm going to do nothing type thing is what I'm afraid is going to happen. I don't understand like what can be done. Like, do you do what everyone is calling for and change the coaching staff to bring in a new voice to try and, re-energize this team? It worked in 2016 or 2015 because it was December.
No.
But it was December, so it was that technically 2015.
I understand what you're saying.
So in December of 2015, fired Mike Johnston.
Mike Johnston.
Yep, and brought in Mike Sullivan, and then
rest is history.
But do you do that now? Do you do that now to try and change things up again? December, we're talking 7 years. 7 years. To
the day. I
month.
think to the month, to the weeks.
So I don't know. Or do you just start making a whole bunch of roster moves? Do you start trading guys away, relying on the youth that you have called up now? Bring back up guys like Nylander and anyone else you want from Wilkes-Barre, and just kind of feel out the team for the remainder of the year after trading away some assets, and then let go of the coaching staff in the offseason and let everything rebuild, like a true rebuild in the offseason. I don't know. And it's hard because for however many of these last 5 years, we've just been in this, do we sell everything off and rebuild and just let the old guys just, fade into retirement? Or do we try to retool around, the main core? And I feel like that's what we've been trying to do, is just retool, and it's just not working. So I don't know what's next, because what more talent can you find out there to add to this team that would make it better? Because for the last however many months, I don't know if there's anything out there in the trade market that is appealing to our team. So it's like, do you get rid of future assets to bring in, I don't even know, a third liner that might help? It's hard.
Yeah, so kind of going with what you're saying, Kyle Dubas, first of all, has two things to decide. Are we going all in for
Yeah.
this year? Or are we just trying to get to the playoffs? Okay? Are we
Fair.
just trying to get there?
Fair.
Or are we trying to win the cup? And I think those are two different things. Now, anything can happen in the playoffs. That's the beauty of the NHL and hockey. But what is Kyle Dubas's motivations here? We're 26 games in. Our power play is 0-36. We're riddled with injuries, with guys that we need, like Nieto and Achari. We're just hitting their stride in the bottom six when they got hurt.
Yeah.
And now Rust, who was hurt, got back, showed some spark, is now gone again.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do? And I feel like obviously we're all in a tough spot. We're all in a tough spot. Let me turn off my notifications there. We're all in a tough spot, and I think that Kyle Dubas, if I'm Kyle Dubas, I'm not doing anything. I don't think it's fair to fire Mike Sullivan when we're riddled with injuries and you don't know what's going to happen, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I agree with you. It's hard to give an answer right now because not only like is it December and there's still technically a long shot for us to make it, but at the same time, we don't know Kyle Dubas's, like MO. Like what's his procedure for something like this? With someone like Hextall and Rutherford,
Yeah.
they were general managers before. They had this role before. So we were able to determine, okay, yeah, Jim Rutherford loves just selling away draft picks for, known commodities. So he's willing to trade first round draft picks for talent. Hextall was the complete opposite, but we knew their track records. Yeah. What do we know about Kyle Dubas when it comes to this type of stuff? We don't. This is like his first crack at it. So I don't. Do we literally just kind of sit back and wait and hope that he's the answer? I don't know. It sucks saying I don't know because, like, if this was any other team that didn't have Sidney Crosby, it's obviously just a hey, sell off your assets. We'll give it another go next year. But you got Sidney Crosby, Evgeny Malkin, Chris Letang, Erik Karlsson, Jake Gensel. You don't give up on the year.
Yeah, you're in a pickle.
Yeah,
because you have the talents and the assets to go on a run, but it's that depth that we lack. So if it was just a 2-line league with a goaltender, we'd win the cup. I think we have no, seriously.
No, I agree.
We have two solid lines. We have Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin on the two top lines. Gensel, Rust, when healthy. And then we have Smith and we have
Malkin and Raquel.
Well, I forgot about Raquel. Yeah. He's out too. And when is he coming back? Who knows? Is he even a hockey player anymore? I don't know. And if we have that, and then we have Tristan Jarry. We could, if it was just that, if that's all we needed, we'd look great. Not only on paper, but on the ice. Jarry has been playing phenomenal, especially tonight. He looked good. He looked solid. He saved us once again from making it a blowout.
Yep.
So Jarry's doing good. Then you have, I'll say the defense isn't great right now, but I will say that the guys that are on the front two lines are playing hard. Sid looked phenomenal tonight. And I always say, don't watch him with the puck. Watch him without the puck because that's the true hockey player in him. He looked great out there. Looked great. Malkin did too. Malkin looked great tonight. And that's the thing. If we had those two lines in Tristan Jarry, we'd be going on a cup. But it's a 4-line league. You got your defenseman. And you have to have good depth goaltending. Luckily, we have that. Luckily, we have good depth goaltending. The problem is our bottom six is so atrocious because of injuries, not because they play bad. Injuries, and because it's not true depth. We won't know the impact these young guys that we just called up will have. They're playing in a terrible game. Yeah, Will said Sid is always playing so hard. He is. He's literally carrying the team on his back. We mentioned that last episode. And I feel like we won't know the impact of these young guys unless we start playing better in special teams. Because I feel like that is killing us so much that we're not bouncing back in the game. Does that make sense? So we're not playing 100%. We're not playing 100%. These guys aren't getting a fair shake. Jari's being left out to dry. Sitting and Malkin are losing their minds trying to carry this team. Sullivan doesn't know what to do besides punch Reardon straight in the mouth because he sucks at his job. Kyle Dubas is in a tough situation.
Yeah,
He is.
I think the only thing, like, I think the reason why everyone is saying to fire Sullivan is because on paper the talent is there.
Yes.
So it's not Dubas's fault for this. Like, it was like Hextall. Like, it was like everyone was blaming Hextall because that bottom six was atrocious. Even on paper, like, it doesn't look good. So now the whole roster looks good. And Mike Sullivan is the one in charge of it, and he's not getting anything out of it. So I can see the argument for both sides. I can see the argument to keep him. I can see the argument to let him go. But I don't know what's going to happen. It's now Friday. We don't play again until Tuesday.
Right.
And I have no idea what this team will look like
come Tuesday.
Yeah, when they play again. Which I think they're home, right? They're home.
We're home in Pittsburgh, and then we're going to Canada. So it's not like we have a good homestand.
Then it's the Canada trip. Okay.
So we're in a rough spot. Like, it's travel. You got to take that into consideration. And NES says, he comes in and says, we all know when you fire the coach, you win a Stanley Cup a few moments later. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams have tried that method and it doesn't always work out. We sound logic. Yeah, we did it and it worked out for us. But when we fired Bausma for Mike Johnston, didn't work, dude. Did not work. Hey, Kyle. Welcome to the chat, bud. He says Sid is GOAT. Hockey is great. You guys are amazing. And Jesus is king. And that's about it. Hey, that's all you need. Kyle, that's all you need. I'm surprised you didn't add coffee in there. I'm surprised you didn't add coffee or running. Dude, nope. What's up, dude? I wonder if this does anything in the video. No. Just these. Just these things, you know? They should do like an electric bolt. You know, it's like and like a guitar riff.
Something, right? The
piece does.
Oh yeah, the
yeah. But I want like an electric bolt, like rock on, dude.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna get that. It's just rough. So the Penguins played better tonight. It's just not clicking. And that's we're in a tough spot. Kyle Dubas has to make that call. I honestly believe Mike Sullivan deserves to stay. I think he has proven to be the head coach of the Pittsburgh Penguins. I really do. I'm not just saying that because I'm biased. I do believe he is the coach. I think we need to fire Todd Reardon. And honestly, I think I would fire Mike Vellucci as well. I would fire
the whole assistant staff. Yeah.
Whole assistant staff, keep Mike Sullivan, bring in a new staff, and try to send a message to the guys like, dude,
but that's
on
hard.
you.
That's hard to do halfway through the year. You know, so I don't I don't know. Like I was gonna say, like this is a weird spot. It's a weird spot for everyone. It's a
Yeah.
weird spot for us because we keep coming on here and talking about the same thing with the same results every single night. And
Yeah.
NES, that's so true. Good effort, bad outcome, tough decisions ahead. 1000%.
That's
That's how I feel
literally,
about us as
that's
well.
what it is. Yeah. Good effort, bad game. Dude, tough decisions. I honestly, I would, I don't know how you talk this out. I don't know if, you know, we'll wrap up really shortly, but I don't know if Kyle Dubas will sit down with Mike Sullivan saying, are you going to change anything on the power play?
Yeah.
Like, are we going to get different guys on there? Are we going to spread it out? Or what are we going to do? He, depending on his answers and his response to that, who knows? We don't play until Tuesday. We're flying back to Pittsburgh tonight. Okay? So what is that? Like a 3-hour ride. They'll be home around maybe like 3 a.m., 2 a.m.
Yeah, it all depends on when they get to the airport and everything.
Yeah. So they get home 2 a.m. Saturday morning. You know, is that when that happens? Is that where the conversation happens, or do they wait till Sunday, or do they wait till Monday? What is this conversation going to happen? But it is going to happen. I think Kyle Dubas is waiting for them to get off that plane and say, we need to talk. It's a tough situation. The Penguins are not looking good. NES kind of nailed it. Good effort, bad outcome, tough decisions. Tampa Bay game was just downright atrocious. Bad hockey from everyone on the ice.
Yeah.
Everyone on the ice. This game definitely showed some some good hockey. I definitely think we saw some good hockey. It was just it didn't go our way. Jari saved us from a bigger blowout. And that's pretty much it, Josh. Pretty much it. You got any last words, Josh?
No, because if I keep going, we're saying the same thing over
We're
and over
talking
again.
in circles.
Yeah.
And I hate
in
that
different
because
ways.
we're better than this. All right?
Yeah.
We're better than this in this
Not
podcast.
only us. Not only us, the Penguins are better than us.
The Penguins are better than this. Hey, I know you're watching, Mike Sullivan. I love you, dude. I take a bullet for you. Okay? Get on these guys. It's okay to yell at them. I know they're making, like $7 million a year, but you can yell at them. All right? You really can. I would. Honestly, like you have to take over. You have to do something. And I think we'll find out. We'll find out what's going to happen. But Josh, where can they find more about this great effort podcast?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's always live on Twitch, on YouTube, and X. And then you can find the audio versions on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Amazon, whatever you'd like to, however you'd like to listen to your podcast. That's where you'll find us. All of our handles are that way.
Right here.
The mirror issue throws me off. At Pens Collective. Or if there's like a legit like search bar, The Penguins Collective, either way you will find us. And just make sure that you subscribe, like whatever the platform provides to you. Just make sure that you do that, and then just click play and enjoy the chaos and nonsense.
Absolutely. One last thing.
Yeah.
We did find a name for the segment.
Okay, fire.
This was NES. Okay, let me see if I could scroll out and put it up on the screen. Where is it?
Come through. I hid the chat for a little bit.
Here we go. I like Tempenture.
Nice.
Tempenture. So I would take away the first P.
Yeah.
So just
share the
Tempenture.
P. Yeah.
Tempenture. All right. Twitpenture. There's just a lot going on there. But I like Tempenture.
Yeah.
So that's our new segment name, Temperature. I just want to throw this out there because it made me laugh. The solution: Louie gets a tryout contract, takes league minimum, and runs that power play. Absolute victory, dude. I'd be the
He'd be the
Hornquist in
body in the
front of the
middle.
net. I'd be
Yeah.
there.
Well,
You know?
so I saw it on the chat, and I didn't want it to get me derailed from my thought. But
What?
let me see if I can find it. I think I forget
Talking
who
about
it was.
Will? Was Will?
It was
Last
either
game?
Will. It was either Will or Angry Boot said to put Ludwig. Oh, William. Put Ludwig in the, at the front of the net on the power
Yeah.
play.
Love it.
He's our most physical player right now.
I'd do it. I'd do it in a heartbeat. Send him out there. I'd said, you know what you need to go do? Cross-check the goalie in the mouth right now.
Yeah.
Go do it. Whatever the repercussions happen, I know you'll handle yourself. Just go do it. That's what I would tell him. Honestly, we need to start playing. I said it a while ago on Twitter. This was around when we lost to Toronto. And I said, we need to change the brand of the Penguins. You know, we need to change it from being this fast swagger to, hey, we'll knock you on your butt, dude.
Yeah.
That's what
Tough
we
and-
need to start.
tough
Toughen
and
up
dirty.
the team, you know? Not dirty, but just tough.
No.
Like,
Well, sorry. No, but I mean, like,
we're not the Capitals, Josh.
No, we need to get those dirty goals. Like the
Sloppy goals.
I know we said we were finishing, but
I know, we're back at it.
the Ekman Larson goal tonight. It's just just dive at it, just throw a stick on it.
Well, when you have a Patrick Hornquist in front of the net, those goals come. We suggest, hey, Kyle, Mike, I know you're watching. Put
First
Ludwig.
name basis.
They call me all the time, Josh. What should we do? What should we do?
Well,
I'm waiting
don't forget
for
to give William credit, if they
Oh
call
yeah,
you.
yeah. Well, Will said to do it, but I'm telling you to do it. Two
Yeah.
different things. It's because it's come from my mouth, Definitely do that. Like, I would love to see Ludwig on the first line and just
Body the goalie.
Body the goalie.
Yeah.
Get in that blue crease and pretend to be that goalie and just be the Sean Avery. All right, just stand. Yeah, you like that? Pulled that one out of the hat. But you just stand in front of the goalie and you annoy him, and that's how we get those sloppy goals. Puck goes in, goalie doesn't know where it is. Boom, goal. Power play, streak, comes back. But that'll do it for this episode. We got to end this podcast because we're going in so many directions, Josh. Guys, we'll see you on Tuesday. Okay, we will see you on Tuesday. Josh, you already told them where they could find this podcast.
Yes, I did.
There's not much else we can talk about besides follow us on Twitter and subscribe on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell because when we go live, you'll get notified. And we love to see the chat going. We absolutely love it. I love that you guys are having your own little conversation in the corner of what Carolina is the best. And we all know it's the North.
I love that. I love that one.
We all know it's the North.
Can I just say I love the
Gosh.
fact that like half of our following is from the Carolinas.
Yeah, I have
That's
noticed
pretty
that.
sweet.
I have noticed that. In fact, we did our own. Josh, we suck at this. We have our own Spotify Wrapped. We said we would end like 3 times. We did our own Spotify Wrapped, and like half of our listeners are like South, and it makes no sense. Which you would think it'd be Pittsburgh or whatever. We got NES. He's in the South. He's in Carolinas, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So he's in the Carolinas. We got Williams in the Carolinas. We got Big Boots in the sorry, I got your name wrong. What's your name? Bad Boot. Angry Boot. I was close.
Angry
Boot. I knew it was a boot. Angry Boot. They're in the South, so that's crazy.
Yeah.
And then Kyle's in the good old 570.
Yep.
But Will said he's from Pittsburgh. Moved here a few years ago.
Okay.
Why'd you leave, dude? Anyway, Josh, we got to wrap up this podcast. Guys, thank you so much for... Now we're just getting people
Let's go.
My address is this, dude. That's what we're going to get in the chat. My address is 412 Rockefeller Road,
Yeah, we need
Yeah.
addresses, social securities,
100% credit card numbers if you have it. Just DM us that, Guys, speaking of spending your money, all right? Make sure you
now
guys
we're throwing
go.
an ad.
Last thing before we go. Josh, who cares? We can do whatever we want.
It's our podcast.
It's our podcast. We can do whatever.
Yeah.
There's no overhead. No one's going to come in, guys, like, hey, you guys really need to wrap up those podcasts when you say you're going to wrap up. Who cares? Who cares? We got faithful listeners who are willing to listen to me talk, all right? And I don't know why they would, but I appreciate it. Josh muted himself because he's coughing like crazy. Guys, if you love this, we got phone numbers in the chat. We got addresses. I absolutely love it. This is so much fun. And if you want to be a part of the fun, make sure you join us 10 minutes after every single game. We are live. So make sure you go on. Gosh darn it.
Stop getting distracted.
I'm sorry. I have ADD. Make sure you go on YouTube, Twitch, and get a part of the conversation. It is awesome that you guys do this. We appreciate it so much. We also appreciate our main sponsor for the podcast, which is Yin's Brand. I'm wearing a hat. Josh is not wearing his shirt today, but
sorry.
You guys can go onto that website. We have our own merch on that website. Shopyins.com. It's Yin's Brand, and that's shopyins.com.
Stop getting distracted.
I'm sorry. Shopyins.com. That's 2Z's.com. And if it's your first purchase, you can get 15% off. All right, for your first time. So make sure you get all the Penguins Collective merch. Get it. We have 2 shirts. We have our logo. Oh, dang it. No. Over there. It's that one. Josh is pointing to it. And we have our sign off, which is, as always, Let's Go Pens. You guys can go on there and get it for 15% off your first purchase. Make sure you guys do it. Make sure you get those shirts. Tag us. We want to repost it. It's a party up in her. We really do appreciate you guys supporting the podcast. You know what I've learned, Josh? When we were selling these watches right here, from Third Assist, we had people from our podcast go to Third Assist and they have purchased watches. So this is awesome. You guys support the podcast. You support the people that support us. We appreciate it so much. We thank you for sticking around listening to our ADD rants. We thank you for NES, dude. I love you. I'm getting distracted. I see logo, Penguins, and
he's a graphic designer.
I'm graphic designer. I love watches, and I love doing all this stuff. So send me a DM, NES. We'll get started on that. But guys, seriously, thank you so much for supporting this channel. Thank you guys so much for listening to us. We will see you on Tuesday against Arizona Coyotes. Got it in the dome. All right, guys, thank you so much. Josh.
We better win that game.
We bet. No, they're on fire right now. We're going to get beat. Anyway, Josh, we can't talk about it. Josh, we have to end the podcast.
Sorry.
As always,
Let's go, Pens.